Imagine yourself in the middle of one of those days when everything seems to go wrong. Emotions feel heavy, your thoughts get cloudy, and life seems to have lost its shine. But what if I told you that even at the bottom of that emotional well, there's an invisible key that can change everything, a simple yet extremely powerful technique that can raise your vibration and make you highly magnetic to everything you desire: peace, abundance, love, purpose. In this video, you'll discover how to access this elevated state of consciousness, aligned with the revolutionary studies of Jacobo Grinberg, to transform your reality from the inside out. And remember, you don't need to feel okay to start. You only need to be willing. Before we continue, write in the comments, "I choose to vibrate high and attract the best in life." This simple phrase can be your first step to changing your frequency and activating your inner magnetic field. Shall we begin this awakening journey together? To understand the power of personal vibration and how it directly influences our reality, it's essential to dive into the studies of Jacobo Grinberg, one of the greatest consciousness researchers of the modern era. A Mexican neuroscientist, psychologist and mystic, Grinberg dedicated his life to investigating the effects of the human mind on the quantum field of reality, what he called the neuronal field. According to his syntagic theory, the way we perceive the world depends on the interaction between our consciousness and this surrounding field of information. In other words, reality is not fixed. It responds to our inner vibration. Grinberg scientifically demonstrated that elevated states of consciousness, like deep meditation, gratitude, and full presence, change not only the brain but the very environment around us. This explains why people with a high vibration seem to attract miracles. They're in harmony with higher frequencies of the universal field. Beyond Grinberg, other researchers like Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, and Bruce Lipton have also contributed to this understanding, uniting science, spirituality, and neuroplasticity. But it's with Grinberg that we learn the core truth. You are a co-creator of your reality, and the vibration you emit is the language the universe understands. Before any transformation, it's essential to understand where we're starting from. Your vibrational state isn't just an abstract concept. It's the energetic frequency you emit to the universe in real time. It's shaped by your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and even the environment around you. Have you noticed how on some days everything flows easily, while on others everything seems stuck? That has much more to do with your vibration than with external circumstances. When we're in a low vibration state, we're usually dominated by emotions like fear, anger, guilt, shame, or deep sadness. These states make us contract energetically, the body closes, the mind turns more negative, and life feels heavier. You can notice it in your posture, your breathing, and even the words you choose. This contracted state blocks mental and emotional clarity, stifles intuition, and attracts situations of a similar frequency: conflicts, frustrations, repetitive obstacles. On the other hand, when you're in a high vibrational state, even briefly, you feel an expansion. Emotions like love, gratitude, enthusiasm, and acceptance help the body relax, the mind open, and possibilities multiply. You begin to see solutions where you once saw problems. People respond differently to your presence. Positive coincidences show up more often. This isn't magic, it's vibrational physics. Jacobo Grinberg taught that the human brain doesn't just interpret the world, it interacts with the neuronal field, a subtle information matrix that connects everyone and everything. This means your vibration, what you predominantly feel and think, literally informs the field about the kind of reality you're ready to experience. If you vibrate fear and scarcity, the field reorganizes the possibilities around you to reflect more of that. If you vibrate trust and abundance, the field responds with more openness, synchronicities, and opportunities. The first step to raising your vibration, therefore, is awareness of your current state. That requires honesty and presence. Ask yourself often, how am I feeling right now? Are these thoughts lifting me up or pulling me down? What is my body trying to tell me? This simple act of observation already begins to change your field, because consciousness is the light that transforms shadow. And here's the most powerful point. You don't have to wait for circumstances to change in order to change your vibration. In fact, by changing your vibration, you change your circumstances. The power is always with you, even on the hardest days. From this understanding, you can use the right tools to shift your frequency, not by forcing it, but naturally, by tuning into who you truly are, a presence of light, capable of transforming everything around you through your energy. If there's one technique that can shift your vibration in a matter of seconds, it's conscious gratitude. And we're not talking about the socially polite habit of saying thank you, but a deep recognition frequency that radically changes your relationship with reality. Gratitude is one of the highest and most transformative emotional states a human being can cultivate. When you genuinely connect with it, you step out of lack and into abundance, even if nothing external has changed yet. It's as if, for a moment, you remember who you really are. And that moment is enough to start changing everything. Jacobo Grinberg pointed out that our perception is the link between consciousness and the informational field of reality. If you live in a state of lack, constant pressure, and dissatisfaction, your perception is filtered by that frequency. But when you activate gratitude, even in difficult moments, you're telling the field, I recognize there is value here. I choose to focus on what is good. And like a mirror, the field responds by offering more of what you chose to value. The challenge is that in the midst of pain or chaos, gratitude doesn't arise naturally. That's why it must be cultivated as a practice, not as a reaction. One of the most effective ways to do this is with a gratitude journal. Set aside 5 minutes a day, preferably when you wake up or before bed, and write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. The size doesn't matter. It can be anything from a sincere hug to the simple fact that you're breathing. What matters is feeling what you write. Another powerful exercise is anticipatory gratitude, giving thanks for things that haven't manifested yet, as if they were already real. By doing this, you program your vibrational field to align with those possibilities. It's like telling the universe, I already acknowledge this good as part of my reality. And the universe, as a resonance field, begins to bring into your experience whatever harmonizes with that frequency. But perhaps the most beautiful gratitude practice is the one you direct toward others. Telling someone you appreciate their presence, their effort, their care not only raises that person's vibration, it raises yours too. Because when you value another, you remember your own capacity to love, and that, in itself, is pure healing. In the darkest moments, gratitude is like a lit candle. It doesn't banish the darkness completely, but it gives you enough light to take the next step with confidence. And often that's all it takes to initiate a new vibrational reality. If gratitude is the fastest vibrational elevator, mindfulness, full attention, is the path that keeps you elevated. Living in high vibration isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing decision, and for that, you need to be present. The truth is simple. You can only change your vibration now. Most of our vibrational dips happen because the mind gets lost between two illusory places, the past and the future. We ruminate on mistakes, traumas, words said or left unsaid. We suffer in advance over possible failures, rejections, or losses. The problem is that none of those places exist in the present moment, and when we're disconnected from now, we become hostages to a reality created by fear. Jacobo Grinberg stated that perception is shaped by attentional focus. If you are attentive to the now, you are in direct contact with the neuronal field, free from the ego's distortions. In that state, consciousness expands and begins to perceive reality with more clarity, neutrality, and creative potential. Mindfulness is training the mind to remain in the now, not to escape reality, but to inhabit it fully. And when you inhabit the present moment, your vibration stabilizes, your mind calms, and your body responds with balance. The practice can start simply through conscious breathing. Close your eyes for a few moments. Inhale deeply through your nose and count to 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth, also to a count of 4. Do this for 1 or 2 minutes. It seems too simple to work, but by doing it, you anchor your mind in the body, and the body lives only in the present. Another mindfulness path is sensory attention. Choose a moment in your day, taking a shower, walking, or eating, and devote yourself entirely to the experience. Notice colors, smells, sounds, textures. Bring your mind back to now whenever it wanders, without judgment. That is mindfulness, the art of being where you are, with acceptance and awareness. By cultivating this presence, you begin to notice something remarkable. Many of your emotional pains do not come from now, but from mental narratives that repeat without being observed. When you observe them without identifying with them, something shifts. You stop being the character and become the author. And it's in that place of presence that you become truly magnetic. Because presence is rare. Most people live on autopilot, scattered and absent. When you're present, people feel your energy. They connect with something deeper in you, something quiet, calm, and powerful. The now is where the miracle happens. And when you learn to be here, truly here, everything around you begins to respond to your new frequency. When we think of raising our vibration, we often focus only on the mind and emotions. But there's a fundamental aspect we cannot ignore. The physical body is the first field where energy vibrates. Everything we feel, think, and live manifests in some way in the body. That's why physical movement is one of the most effective ways to unblock, cleanse, and raise your personal vibration. Stagnant energy, that sense of heaviness, fatigue, apathy, or irritation without an apparent cause, is usually tied to a lack of movement. And that stagnation creates a cycle. The less you move, the less energy you have to move. The secret to breaking that cycle is action. The body was made to move, and when you move it with intention, you also move the vital energy that flows through your vibrational field. Jacobo Grinberg helps us understand that the body isn't just matter, but a vehicle for perceiving and expressing consciousness. When you dance, walk, breathe consciously, or practice any form of physical activity, you're telling the field, I am alive, I am present, I am open to transformation. Movement becomes then a form of energetic communication with the universe. You don't have to be an athlete or spend hours at a gym. What matters is finding ways to move that feel pleasurable and authentic to you. Dance, for example, is one of the most powerful practices in this sense. Put on music that inspires you. Close your eyes and let your body express itself freely. It doesn't matter if the movements are pretty. What matters is that they are real. That physical freedom creates energetic freedom. Another deeply effective option is yoga, which unites breath, stretching, presence, and intention. A regular yoga practice works directly on the chakras and energy meridians, helping to release emotional blocks and restore the natural flow of prana, vital energy. Even a short sequence of mindful postures can have a powerful vibrational effect. If you prefer something simpler, a walk outdoors, especially in nature, can be profoundly revitalizing. The simple act of feeling your feet on the ground, the wind on your face, and your body's rhythm in motion is already a way to align your energy with the planet's natural vibration. And when apathy feels overwhelming, commit to just 5 minutes. Put on a song, stretch your arms, breathe deeply. Take the first step. Often that small initial push reactivates your inner energy circuit. Remember, the body is the temple of your consciousness. When you honor it with movement and care, you send a clear message to the field that you're ready to receive more light, more strength, and more life. Your vibration rises, and you become magnetic to everything that pulses in harmony with this new frequency. Your mind is an extremely powerful creative tool. Whatever you imagine with emotion and repetition will, sooner or later, begin to shape your reality. And we're not talking about empty positive thinking, but about your real ability to reprogram your vibrational frequency through visualization and conscious affirmations. Jacobo Grinberg warned that perceived reality is just one of many possibilities in the neuronal field. What you see, feel, and experience is a direct result of how your consciousness interacts with that field. Therefore, if you want to change what you live, you must change what you project within, and that's exactly where visualization and affirmations come in. Creative visualization is imagining, vividly and in detail, the life you want to live, not as a distant dream, but as something already unfolding. When your brain receives these images accompanied by true emotion, it begins to respond as if they were real. Neuroscience confirms it. The brain doesn't distinguish what's lived from what's intensely imagined. By visualizing with emotion, you're already emitting the vibrational frequency that matches what you want to attract. Try it like this. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Imagine a scene from your ideal life, a moment of fulfillment, achievement, love, or prosperity. See the details, feel the emotions, hear the sounds. The more real this imagined experience feels, the stronger its vibrational impact. Repeat this practice daily for at least 5 minutes, and watch your reality begin to align with that frequency. In parallel, use positive affirmations to reinforce this new inner program. Affirmations are conscious declarations that rewrite limiting beliefs you carry, often unconsciously. When repeated with intention, they begin to replace patterns of scarcity, fear, and self-sabotage with patterns of trust, worthiness, and expansion. Say, write, or think phrases like, "I am worthy of living a full life. My energy attracts everything aligned with my highest good. I choose to vibrate in love, abundance, and clarity. Everything I need already exists within me." The secret of affirmations lies in repetition and, above all, feeling. Merely repeating them mechanically won't work. Feel each word as a truth activating within you. Visualization and affirmations transform your vibration at the deepest level, the subconscious. By changing the frequency of your inner field, you don't need to force the outer reality. It begins to respond by resonance. Over time, you'll notice that what once felt distant is now within reach, because you became compatible with it. Of all the ways to raise your vibration, perhaps none is as powerful, lasting, and transformative as kindness. Not kindness as obligation or moral virtue, but as the natural expression of an awakened consciousness. When you act with genuine compassion and an authentic desire to contribute to another being's well-being, something extraordinary happens. Your magnetic field expands, and with it, your influence over reality. The human heart is not just a vital organ. According to studies from the HeartMath Institute, it's the center of an electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than the brain's. This means that what you feel deeply, especially emotions like love, empathy, and generosity, not only affects your body, but also alters the environment around you. That's why kind people seem to carry an energy that's contagious, calming, and inspiring. Jacobo Grinberg anticipated this in his synergic theory. He explained that consciousness integrated with pure intention can modify the informational mesh of reality. In other words, actions infused with loving intention reverberate through the collective neuronal field, producing effects far beyond what the eyes can see. Practicing kindness is a direct way to move out of a vibrational state of selfishness, isolation, and scarcity into a state of connection, belonging, and abundance. When you help someone, even with a small gesture, like listening with presence, offering a sincere smile, lending a hand to someone in difficulty, or sending a supportive message, you are telling the universe, "I am part of the whole, and I choose to nourish this whole with love." And the universe responds with synchronicities, healing, and expansion. Many people avoid practicing kindness because they feel too empty to give anything to others. But that's the most beautiful spiritual paradox. When you give from the heart, you're the one who receives the most. The energy of kindness doesn't run out, it multiplies. It pulls you out of the mental loop of lack and reconnects you with the truth that you are abundant because you have something to offer. Include in your routine the challenge of doing at least one act of kindness a day. It doesn't have to be grand. It can be a sincere compliment, quiet help, a word of encouragement. What matters is that it comes from the heart, not obligation. Notice how this changes not only your day, but also your vibrational field. Kindness is the universal language of high vibration. When you choose it consciously, you activate your heart as the magnetic center of your existence. And by doing so, you don't just attract good things. You become a transforming presence in the world. In the end, that is true spiritual magnetism. Now that you've understood and experienced these powerful techniques to raise your vibration, it's time to turn knowledge into practice. It doesn't matter where you are on your journey. The time to start is now. Your vibrational field is shaped by daily decisions, and each conscious choice, each present breath, each act of gratitude or kindness builds a new frequency within you. Choose, starting today, to be intentional with your energy. Set aside a few minutes each day to visualize your ideal life. Repeat your affirmations, move your body, and be fully present. Over time, these small actions become habits, and those habits become a new pattern of reality. Remember, you are more powerful than you realize. When you change your vibration, you change everything. Your light not only transforms you, it also illuminates the paths of everyone around you. If this content touched your heart, subscribe to the channel right now. Leave your like as a gesture of gratitude and write in the comments, "My vibration is my power." Share this video with someone you love. Together, we can create a vibrational current of healing, awakening, and expansion. The journey continues, and the world needs your energy exactly as it is.